What happened? Uh, I'm exhausted. The NFL season ended. At long last, it ended. It was a very eventful time. You know, for sure. I mean, the past couple weeks have been eventful on their own with, of course, the whole Bills situation. I'm not talking about that because, like, it's sad and happy. It's happy now. He did return home, so that's good. But just the season in general, I mean, the fact that the Carolina Panthers almost made the playoffs. I mean, the New York Giants are here. There's so much that happened this season. The Jacksonville. What? What happened? Anyway, besides the point, the postseason is here. We have our 14 teams who are in the playoffs. Now, do all of them deserve to be here? That's a different question for another story. Did that make sense? Anyway, all I'm going to be doing today is making predictions for the playoffs. Alright, we have a bracket here in a different language because, I don't know, I couldn't find an English version that wasn't the NFL Playoff Predictor website. And I like the formatting of this one better, so we're going with this. But anyway, we have our wildcard matchups here. These take place this weekend. And then we have divisional week after championship, which could be held on a neutral site because of why would that not happen? And then we have our Super Bowl. Anyway, beginning with Chargers, Jaguars. This will be a fun game. Fun game. Austin Eckler he's very good at fantasy football, which I have him in, so that's appreciated. And Herbert can be good at times. Herbert's one of those quarterbacks. He's weird to me. He's really talented, really good, but sometimes he just is not that at all. It'll be interesting though, because they're going into Jacksonville and a very young team. Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence. They are going to want to win this game at home. And you know what? I'm feeling the 4 seed at home here over the Chargers. And the reason is the Chargers all season, sure, they've had winning streaks. They've made it to the playoffs. They started rough. They got hot. They did lose last weekend to the Denver Broncos, which is tough. And they kept their starters in. And that kind of shows my problem with them, and that's the coaching. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going to go with the Jaguars at home in that game. Our next game, the Ravens taking on the Bengals. It's a rematch of Week 18. We don't know yet who the Ravens quarterback is. If you don't know, it's the Orioles. But I'm a Ravens fan. So obviously you know who I want to win this game. Will that happen realistically? Probably not. Unlikely. If Lamar Jackson plays, I think we do win, personally. But that's what I'm saying. It's unlikely that happens. I don't know. Can Anthony Brown go into Cincinnati Sunday night and win a playoff game? It'd be a very long offseason for Cincinnati fans if that happened. Now, do I let the personal bias strike, or do we make the realistic? We're going to let the personal bias strike. Now, I'm going to be serious here. I do think the Ravens can win this game. They have a very strong defense. If they don't give up 17 off the back of the turnovers, they might win that game last weekend. They're very capable of winning this game. The Bengals are too, however. The Bengals are very much as well capable of winning this game. So it'll be a fun game. I don't really expect to win. This is more of my bias coming out, but I do think we can win, if that makes sense. Now, our final game in the AFC, we have Buffalo taking on Miami. Now, Miami just snuck in because they won 9-6 over Joe Flacco. The Bills, of course, are a very solid team. They have a great defense, the great DeMar Hamlin story, and they beat New England last weekend. So, you know what? I'm not really going to put too much onto this one. I'm going with the Bills in this game. And it's very simple. They're just the better team. Tua's not even playing for them, so I don't think Miami has much of a chance in this one. Moving on to the NFC side, we have Dallas taking on Tampa Bay. Dallas had better win this game. They had better. They better win this game. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they are a lot better than Tampa Bay is. Tampa Bay finished with a losing record, 8-9. Dallas 12 wins. Dallas did lose the last weekend to the Commanders, but I am gonna pick Dallas. I'm putting it out there. My only hesitation is that they're facing Tom Brady at home in the playoffs. My comparison is Tom Brady at home in the playoffs when he lost to the Titans. I have the same kind of vibe from this team that he's playing on and this year. that game, he left the team after that game to go to Tampa Bay. I have a feeling he might leave Tampa Bay to go somewhere else after this season. I have the same sort of feeling about that situation. And for that reason, I'm going with Dallas in this game. Coming up next, we have, this is probably, in my opinion, one of the more interesting games of the weekend. The Giants taking on the Vikings. This is going to be a really good game. Daniel Jones, a lot of people don't want to admit it, he's a really good quarterback. He's not elite by any means. He's not Patrick Mahomes. But I honestly think he and Kirk Cousins are on similar grounds. Now, Kirk Cousins does have a more explosive offense with Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, and he has home field advantage. But sometimes they just stink up the joint, you know what I mean? They lost to the Cowboys by like 40, they lost to the Packers by a ton. They lose these games by a ton. If they don't show up to the field on Sunday, then they're going to lose because I mean, you saw the Colts game. Obviously, the Colts are one of the worst teams in the NFL, but it shows they can come back. My pick here is going to be the New York Giants, however. I really like how the Giants match up with them. Defensively, they are Thibodeau's. Did you see what he did next to Nick Foles when he injured him? What was that? The point of that, they have a very strong defense when playing well. They are coached incredibly well. Brian Dable is the coach of the year because this roster's not really that talented compared to Minnesota. But I just love what they're doing. I love what they're doing. And I really think that they can beat a Minnesota team that is very inconsistent at times. And then final game of Wildcard Weekend, I am very much not going to talk about this one a lot because San Francisco is going to win. It's the Seahawks versus the 49ers. The Seahawks have been a great story. My thing about them is they've been struggling the past couple weeks. They started 6-3 or something like that. Finished 9-8. Great season for them. It's just my thing is they barely beat the Rams last week, and now they're going into Santa Clara to play a far superior team. The 49ers are going to win that game. So now we have our divisional matchup set up. We have Ravens, Chiefs, Jaguars, Bills in the AFC. Starting with this matchup, as you know, I did just select Ravens bias, but I did feel like we could win this game. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. Okay? The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL, and not even my bias is going to make me choose against them here because there's no way we can keep up with the Chiefs offense, okay? The Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. They don't have Tyreek Hill anymore, but they have a long list of really solid wide receivers. And Patrick Mahomes makes them look really good. They're going to beat us, and I honestly think if they played, who they play? If Cincinnati, when they play Jacksonville, they beat Jacksonville in that game. And spoiler alert, Jacksonville's going to lose this game anyway because they're playing Buffalo. My point is, when saying that, if the Bengals win, I would still have Chiefs-Bills in the championship, okay? And now to talk about this game a little bit, I mean, the Jaguars are really young, going into a team of destiny with the whole Damar Hamlin thing. I don't think they can be a team built like the Bills are built this season. Maybe in the future they could, because I really like the direction they're heading. It's just not their year yet. Now moving over to the NFC side, we have the Giants taking on the Eagles. Now this was the Week 18 matchup. The Eagles almost fumbled it away. What was their starter's name? I don't even know. They put a third-string quarterback in, and he almost came back. They lost by, what, 10? Something like that. I think Daniel Jones wins that game. And I know the Eagles were playing for something. So I honestly see a world where the Giants can win this game. And honestly, with how boring my bracket's looking right now, I might pick them to win this game. Because why not? You know the way this season's gone? Why can't the Giants make the NFC Championship? So that's my prediction. The Eagles, of course, have had a very strong season, but I feel like they've slowed down. They haven't been the same Eagles the past couple weeks. And I feel like the Giants, especially with, remember the whole Nate Sudfeld thing? I feel like they're angry at the Eagles still. And I feel like, you know what? I feel like I could really see the Giants winning this game. I really could. I'm really high on what they're doing down there. And then we have our second NFC divisional. Another really good game if Dak Prescott doesn't throw it away. Cowboys, 49ers. So, my analysis of this game. It comes down to quarterback play. Who will not throw the game away? And I honestly, in a sense, trust Brock Purdy because he is the game manager. He doesn't have to do a lot. Dak Prescott always tries to do too much, and it ends up he throws multiple picks a game pretty much every time. And if you're looking at staffing quarterback, the 49ers are a better team. They have honestly pretty comparable defenses, but look at the offensive weapons that the 49ers have. Of course, the Cowboys have Zeke Pollard, but I just trust San Francisco more in this particular game, especially in the postseason where the Cowboys have, struggled in the past couple years. And this sets up our championship matches: Bills versus Chiefs in the AFC. That's what am I talking about? In the NFC, we got Giants versus 49ers. Now, this will be the game of the year, I believe, in my honest opinion. This is the matchup I feel like everyone wants to see in the AFC. Maybe you said the Bengals against the Bills. Maybe that would be another good one. But I feel like this is the matchup everyone wants to see pretty much. Now, Chiefs will be... No, right. Chiefs will not be at home because this game will be at a neutral site. Why not? Anyway, my pick for this game, I'd say it comes down to the quarterback play, but we know both are going to play phenomenally. But we also know that Josh Allen has better weapons and a far better defense. Now, the Chiefs are a very good team, but I feel like by losing a home field, that really hurts them. I did say they are the best team in the NFL. I do believe that the way they've been playing, they've won a lot in a row, and they've beat, but they did lose to Buffalo earlier in the season, and I feel like the way Buffalo has been playing and the way they're motivated by DeMar Hamlin, I feel like they're going to pull this one out in advance. The Bills will be in the Super Bowl, in my opinion, and they will be playing the New York... I tried to make a joke saying the Giants, and I said San Francisco. I mean, they're going to need Carlos Correa to pass that physical if they're going to want to advance to the Super Bowl, but I meant to say San Francisco. I didn't mean to say, I was making a joke. My pick is San Francisco in this game. I'm sorry it took so long to get it out. But the Giants are not better than the 49ers. They're not better than the Eagles. I just think they're going to be motivated in that matchup. I think they can win it. I feel like in this one, they're way above their pay grade. I think the 49ers are the most complete team in the NFC. They have the defense. They have the offense. They have a game manager that's going to do his job. You know he's going to do his job. And I feel like he's just going to complete the effort, and they're going to advance to the Super Bowl to play the Buffalo Bills. And then our final game of the season, which happens to be the Super Bowl. I don't know if that's a normal occurrence. We have the Buffalo Bills taking on the San Francisco 49ers. This will be a very good game. Great offense. Great defense. Great offense. Great defense. So, my thought process in this one. They both have phenomenal offenses, as I just said. They have weapons beyond weapons beyond weapons, in fact. And they have great defenses. They have, very good arguably the two best defenses in the league. And I feel like these are the two best teams in the league. The difference to me is the quarterback. And I feel like by saying that, I have revealed who my Super Bowl prediction is. Because it's not Brock Purdy, as sad as it is to say. It's not big confidence Brock. I feel like the Bills are going to win it this year. I feel like picking the Bills is like a death sentence, however, on the internet. However, think about the story that's being formed. I mean, it would be such a great story for that whole situation in Buffalo. And I feel like just from the preseason, they were built to win this season. I mean, the past couple years, like, oh, the future. This is the future. And I feel like they're just built to win this season, if that makes sense. The 49ers are a great team, but I feel like they need that Trey Lance, that explosive guy. Not that Trey Lance has been explosive in his time. I'm saying, like, that guy who can be the next franchise guy, which Brock Purdy, he's not the franchise quarterback. So that is my predictions for the playoffs. Let me know. I'm very intrigued. This is a very interesting field of teams. I mean, I could see this game going either way. This game could go either way. This game could go either way, in my opinion. Probably not in the eyes of most. This game I find very intriguing, and then all the ways they match up, very, I want to say one of the more interesting in like the past 10 years. 15 even. Before the Patriots, I'll say that. Anyway, that's it. That's what I got. Now, I know I have been very, inconsistent with what I've been doing, but I'm beginning a new thing, and I'm holding myself to it. So expect consistency. It's what I do. It's what I strive for. Anyway, anyone who's still watching, donate to this page.